Hello students, I am Radha, Department of English. In this I am going to discuss fourth unit in this lecture. The fourth unit in in this course of communication and soft skills is writing skills. As we all know, in any language, the four pillars of communication are listening, speaking, reading and writing. Now in this particular video, I am going to focus on writing skills. So writing skills is an important form of communication which allows us to express our ideas, our feelings, our emotions, and also it enables us to organize our knowledge and conviction. It enables us to convey meaning and express ourselves. And a person who wants to communicate effectively must also know how to use writing skills. Now, when we are writing anything, any paragraph, or when we are writing or trying to communicate through writing, we have to see that, especially in English language, we must pay attention to certain aspects of writing skills, that is punctuation, spelling, grammar, good sentence and paragraph. So first of all, I am going to deal with punctuation. Now in English we basically have 14 forms of punctuation marks, and they are, we have the full stop, comma, and we have full stop, comma, semicolon, colon, question mark, exclamation mark, ellipsis, quotation marks, slash, round brackets or parenthesis. You have square brackets, underscore, hyphen and @ sign. Now why do we use these punctuation marks? So in order to divide the text into sentences, clauses, etc., we use such punctuation marks. And then in order to convey and clarify the meaning of the written language also, we have to use these punctuation marks. As I said before, there are 14 punctuation marks basically, and the usage of punctuation will help you to convey the meaning through writing easier, and to read also it becomes more appealing. So first of all, let's start with the first punctuation mark, that is the full stop or the period, which is used at the end of declarative sentences or statements and after many abbreviations. So what do you mean by a sentence? A sentence is a group of words which convey complete meaning. Now there are different kinds of sentences. We have statements, we have imperative sentences, we have interrogative sentences and exclamatory sentences. So in the next punctuation marks, we use question mark for the interrogative or questions, and we use the exclamation for exclamatory sentences. Now we use the period or the full stop for declarative sentences or statements and also after abbreviations. And the next one, for example, look at these examples. Ravi and Rani went to market. So you use a full stop here. And then you have these abbreviations. December, instead of writing the full month, name of the month, you are using the full stop. So next we are going to the question mark. So this is used to indicate a direct question when placed at the end of a sentence. How are you? What is your name? These are questions or sentences which are asked to know some information. So the next one is, now look at this example. When did Rani leave for market? Now the third one, the most important one, is the exclamation point. It is used when you express sudden emotions or feelings. So even within a dialogue also you use exclamatory marks. And in order to emphasize a point also, you use the exclamatory mark. Now then these three are together. You use the comma, semicolon or colon in order to to show separation of ideas or elements. For example, thanks for all your help, comma, John. Then you have separation of sentences. We went to movies and went out for lunch. You have to separate lists, such as she wanted black, green, blue dress, etc. Then you use the semicolon to connect independent clauses. For example, John has a big house, semicolon. Then you say Ravi was hurt. This is a sentence. He knew she only said it to upset him. These are two independent clauses which are connected together with a semicolon. Semicolon means a dot and a comma. Then you have a colon. Now there are three main uses of the colon, which is used between two main clauses in case you are using this semicolon to introduce a list and before a quotation, sometimes before direct speech. Now then we are coming to the next one, dash and hyphen. Now dash and hyphen are used to separate words into statements. You have the N dash and the M dash. That is when you are separating the years, for example 1840 to 1920. M dash means she gave him her answer, and then you are using the M dash and saying no. Then you use the hyphen to join two or more words. For example, washer, woman. So you use a hyphen in between the two words. For example, part-time, back-to-back, well-known, etc. So then you use brackets, braces and parentheses in order to squared off notations are used for explanation or clarifying meaning. For example, braces are used to contain two or more lines of a text. For example, when you are using mathematical expressions, you use the braces. And then you have the parentheses or curved notations, which are like qualifying remarks. You say, the man who is standing in the corridor. Who is standing in the corridor is put in brackets. Now then you have apostrophe, quotation and ellipsis. Now apostrophe is used to, for example, when you are omitting a letter, you use a apostrophe in that place. For example, when you say isn't it, so instead of saying N-O-T, you are removing the letter O, so you are using the apostrophe. And apostrophe is also used to represent the possessive case. For example, look at these examples. Cannot is written as can't, won't, etc. And it is also used to express the possessive case. For example, Rahim's bag. Okay, the bag belongs to Rahim. And then you have the quotation marks. Now these are beginning and the ending quotation marks, which are used to indicate the direct speech. That is the actual words spoken by a person. For example, don't go outside, she said. These are the exact words spoken by the person. And then this ellipsis is occasionally demonstrated also with 3 asterisks when the word is or the letters of a particular word are omitted. Now this much for what you call this much for what you call spelling punctuation. Now let's go for spelling. Okay. Now these are the main punctuation marks which are used in order to improve your written or communication skills. You must use these punctuation marks by knowing their proper place of usage, and by using them properly, you are also conveying meaning and you are also able to make your communication effective. So the most important communication skills which you are going to use is the what you call the full stop, the comma, and also the exclamation and question mark. These are the 4 most important punctuation marks, and when you are able to use them effectively, and while you are reading also the written communication, these pausing when you have the full stop and making a brief pause when you see a comma or a semicolon helps you reading effectively also. Now this is about the most important aspect of written communication, that is writing skills. Now we have discussed in this video the importance of punctuation marks. So I hope this was useful to all of you. Thank you.